Hello, this is Lucas. Welcome to this Java tutorial. In this video, we are going to be going over synchronization. So, synchronization fixes a problem when dealing with threads. But it can be a problem or it can't be a problem. Basically, let's say we want to execute two threads, but they both want to get access to the same resource. If we don't use synchronization, both of those threads will try to get access to that single resource at the same time. Ideally, the way we should do it is the first thread gets access to the resource and the second thread waits until the first thread finishes up using that resource. So thread 1 comes in, uses that resource, then it finishes, and only when it finishes can the next thread come in and get access to that resource. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So I'm going to create a new class here, and I'll just name it table. Okay, this is the class that we want our threads to execute. Okay, so what I'll just name what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a simple method name. I'll just name it. We'll just do print. We'll do print table, sure, and then we'll pass in like a number, the integer I. We'll create a for loop, so we'll do int j. We'll do int j is equal to 1. J is less or equal to 5. We're just creating just a basic loop here, and then we'll do j plus plus, and then I just want to print out. We'll do like I. We'll multiply this by. We'll do I multiplied by n, or j. Okay, and then after this for loop, we're just going to do a try. We're going to do just a try catch. Now in this catch, we're going to just pass in an exception because we need to, and then we will just print out the exception, which is E. In here, I'm going to make the thread sleep for a bit. Let's just do 4 seconds, like that. So basically, what's going to happen is our thread is going to execute this method here, and it's going to print out just a couple of values. Then after each value, it's going to just sleep for 4 seconds, and then it's going to continue doing that 5 times. And then our second thread will also do it. So the first example that we're going to do is, I'm not going to use synchronization, and then I'll add in synchronization. So what's going to happen is we're going to have two threads that will execute this method, but they're going to run at the same time. And you're going to see how that works. And then we're going to add in synchronization. The first thread will finish up using executing this method. And once that first thread finishes, then the second thread will start doing its task. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create two new classes. I'll just name this thread 1, and then we'll just make another one, and we'll do thread 2. Alright, so this is where we're going to execute our thread. This is where we're going to not start, but this is where our thread will be executed from, basically. So in here, we're going to pass in table t. It's just an object of this table class that we have here. The next thing that we want to do is we want to do like thread 1, for example, and then we will pass in the table t that we have, like this. Obviously, we need to, we'll just add a body like that, and now in here we'll do this dot t. We're gonna equal that to t. Don't worry about too much what this does. And then we're gonna have a method which we're gonna do public. We'll do public void run. So this is the method that our thread will execute. And what we want to do is we want to call this object here, and we want to call this method. So we have the object t from the table class, so we can use that. So we can do t dot, and then we have print table. and we'll just pass in the number 5. So all we're doing is we have an object of this class, and we are calling so t.printTable. So we are calling this method. So our first thread will execute this method, and it will pass in for I the value 5. We can do the exact same thing here. Oh, also, must not forget, we need to extend this as well. So we'll do extends thread, and then we'll do the exact same thing here on this method. So we will rename this to 2, and we'll change this to 100 just so we can see a big difference in the values. And then we'll do extends thread. So basically, our first thread will pass in, we'll call this method here, the print table, and it'll pass in 5. Our second thread will call the same method, but it'll pass 100. Now, if we go back to our main, so this is where we want to start this code or this program that we're doing. First thing is we need to create a object of the table class here. So we'll do table, I'll just name it T, and we'll do new table, like that. And now we need to create the thread. So we have thread 1. We're just calling the classes that we made here. So we'll do thread 1, and then I'll name it T1 equals to a new thread, and then we'll pass in T, the object of table. And then what we can do is we can do the exact same thing like this. This is actually 1, this is 2, and then this is 2. So now we have our 2, this needs to be 2. Yes, now we have our 2 threads here, and now we can actually start these threads. So we do T1 dot start, and then we do T2 dot start. So now we're actually starting the 2 threads. So if I run this now, you can see the way it works. So we get 5, then we get 100, then we get 10, then we get 200. Should probably make that faster. Then we get 15, 300, then we get 20, 400. So you can see that this is thread 1, this is thread 2, then this is thread 1, this is thread 2. You can see that both of these threads, as in this is thread 1, this is 2, this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Both of the threads are working at the same time. We don't really want that. We want the first thread that gets there to finish whatever it has to do, and then only the second thread can start. So to do that, we need to go to this table here, or this method here, and we just need to add in synchronize. So we'll do synchronized. And now, I'm going to make this a bit faster because it's too slow. So we'll do 3000. And now, so before we added this, you can see this is thread 1, thread 2, thread 1, thread 2. Now we're only going to make thread 1 work. So now you can see this is thread 1. This is still thread 1. Alright, this is still thread 1. You can see thread 2 is not starting. This is still thread 1. And finally, this is thread 1. And now thread 1 has finished. And now thread 2 has started. Oh, thread 2 only starts when thread 1 finishes. And now let's say we have a thread 3. Thread 3 will only start when thread 2 has finished. So just like that, we have added in synchronization. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.